Hello and welcome to April 1st. Happy April Fool's Day. And with that, we move on because we're reading Deuteronomy 29 and 30. This is interesting. It's a way to end the book. It wraps around right back to the beginning where we started with the history of Israel, and it closes also with the history of Israel. Moses here is calling these people to faith in God by looking back at their history. He calls them to renew the covenant. He talks about how their ancestors didn't hold to it specifically well, and so he asks them to pay attention to God and actually be faithful to the law and the things that they have just promised to work with God on. That's what this is. It's a golden opportunity for faith for Israel, and if they're interested in God's blessings, they're welcome to it. If they're not, well, total failure awaits before them. If you want a more detailed breakdown of what is in each of these two chapters, chapter 29 covers most of the history part of it. He talks about how he's summoned Israel together. Moses speaks to Israel about how he summoned them together. They know what the Lord has done for them. They've seen it. They've lived through it. And now here they are on the cusp of Canaan. They're about to conquer. They're about to go in the land. And he reminds them that their family didn't. Their parents were faithless. Their grandparents were faithless. Their family walked away from God. And so they had to wander in the wilderness for 40 years. These people grew up in the wilderness. They had to wander because of the faithlessness of their parents. And Moses says, don't do that. Don't repeat what they did. That was foolish. That was evil. Don't join in with that. Instead, in chapter 30, you get this picture of you guys return to the Lord. You guys come back. You guys reunite. You guys need to work with God. Everything went well for your parents when they were willing to work with God. When they didn't, it didn't go well. Don't repeat their mistake. And so Moses ends off chapter 30 with that special appeal we talked about yesterday. Choose life that you may live. I have set before you life and death, the blessing and the curse. It's really simple. You guys choose life. You choose to work with God. You choose faith. You choose righteousness. You choose to follow the law, and everything will go well. Do that one instead of choosing death and destruction and unfaithfulness and walking away from God. Which one do you want? It's up to you, Israel. You guys choose, and it's the same challenge to us today. Which one do you want? Do you want to work with God, or do you want to work without him? See how that goes for you. It won't go well. If you want further explanation on anything that's here, there's some notes over on the written page if that's what you're interested in. And if not, I'll see you tomorrow, April 2nd, where we're reading Deuteronomy 31 and 32.